Bienvenidos to Straightforward
or Not,
the only podcast, the only one. I don't know if you know this, the only one that gives you straightforward answers or not. I mean, we're still trying to figure out.
We are.
We will see how it goes. Okay, Gordon. So on today's episode, what are we talking about?
Today's episode, we're going to be talking about friendships and the importance of friendships in today's society and how that affects both of us and what we are looking at for friends.
Okay. So when you think of friendships, what is the first thing that comes to mind to you?
First thing of friendships is loyalty and someone that has your back with a genuine intention for you, not for their own benefit.
Okay.
Something that's difficult and challenging to find nowadays because people want their own benefit. They're looking out for themselves and they're not necessarily looking out for the other people around them. They're there for times of convenience, but they're not there for times of difficulty. So when things get challenging, they dip off, they leave, they make excuses, and they run away. But the reality is you don't want a friend like that. That's not a friend. That's an acquaintance. That's someone there for the good times.
Okay. No, go ahead. Finish it.
That's there for the good times, but not there for the challenges, for the struggles, for all those difficult things that you go through. They're just in and out. But the friend that's there for the good times, you never have to think twice about. You never have to doubt them, whatever it is. You may not talk to them for a year, 2 years, 3 years, but you know they're going to be there. You know that they're going to have your back when situations go down. When struggles, which we both experience, you don't have to think twice. You know that person
Can I stop
will
you
show
there
up.
for a second?
Yes, you can.
1 second.
Beyonce.
1 second. True. We did not tell them to comment, subscribe, because it's really important. This is how this show is going to keep going. So can you let the kids know, please?
I will let the kids know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please follow, comment, subscribe. We are on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. We'll soon be on also Apple Podcast. We can't grow without you.
Correct.
You are our biggest source of growth.
Correct.
Share this with everyone. Push it out there. We're doing something new that has never been done before. Never at all.
Never.
And look, as we grow, as we're going, as we have these terrible jokes, the best jokes in the world, and the greatest laughs, and an unhinged opinion, guess what? Why wouldn't people want this? So go ahead and share this with everyone.
Yeah, for sure. One thing that I want to share to you that I'm not sure if I'll let you know, we are currently number one.
We are.
You will ask where?
Where are we number one?
In my house. My mom, my sister, number one. So now if we can get everybody involved and everybody watching, that will be amazing. So let's get everybody on the same page. Make sure you do everything that he says. And then from there on, we keep it going. Now we can get back to the subject at hand, which was?
Friendships.
So for me, let's take it back from the beginning. Because for me, I don't like to just talk about in general how things, blah, blah, blah. Where does your perspective of friendship come from?
It comes from the beginning. From the start. From the origin. When I was born, day number one.
From the beginning.
From the beginning, when you're a child.
The beginning.
As you learn, as you develop, as you grow, it all starts from your childhood. It all starts from such a young age where you develop those habits and patterns and what you expect. And from a very young age, I've had great role models that friendship meant a lot. It always meant being there in the difficult times. It never meant being there in the convenient times. Because when you're there for, again, as I said, for the convenience, it's great. It's amazing. But you're there to party. You're there to have fun. You're there to do all those wild experiences. But it's empty. It's not fulfilling. It's not, I'm not going to say meaningless because you have enjoyments and you have memories. But when things get tough, that's when the true friends come out. And that's when you're elevating yourself.
But do you think that you always been good at like friendship? Like, for example, for me, I don't think that I learned truly how to be a good friend until I was in my 30s.
And then why is that? Why did it take you so long to develop that?
So I don't want to speak for the Dominican community. I don't want to say like everybody, like here I am talking for everybody. But for me, I think I grew up, and I know I have my friend G, my Dominican friend. She grew up the same way, which I think it was just friends will get you in trouble. It was that mentality of like, friends are bad, friends will get you into drugs, friends will get you into this, friends will get you into that. And there was a lot of emphasis being put on romantic relationships, not really on friendship. Friends were the thing that gets you in trouble. That thing that gets you, in trouble. That's the best way to put it. So for me, I feel like I truly didn't come into myself and understand the importance of friendships until I was in my 30s, literally. So for me, like I have friends of mine that I have had for like many years since high school. I have a whole group of, there's 3 girls and I call them the Lowell girls. They live in Lowell. Shout out to you. And I felt when I was in my early to mid 20s, I felt like a partner and those things became more important for me.
Okay.
That was like the emphasis. And I felt like let's say if my friends made plans, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to see you on Friday. But then whoever I'm dating or whatever comes across and he's like, can we do something on Friday? There was probably a much higher possibility that I will cancel on you.
Okay.
But I feel that's things that you go in life and you learn from it. So for me, I did that, and that's something that I'm not proud of because, for example, I was in a relationship for 8 years. Not the topic at hand, but it's going to come around. 8 years. And the thing that I learned from that relationship was how important his friendships were to him.
Yes.
And the reason how I saw like that and be like, oh, that's a good thing, because every single time that we had an argument and there was an issue at hand, he was able to go out and distract himself with his friends because you have different source of happiness.
And what about you? Were you?
So for me, it was just him. He was my source of happiness. So until I was not good with him, I was not good. I would be home freaking out, trying to be like, okay, how can I fix this? How can I make it work? How can I make things make sense? Well, he was out there distracting himself. I'm not saying that it's like great for you to argue and then go out there, but it's good to have, the best way that I can put it is different source of happiness.
100%.
Be able to, that's why sometimes I don't believe for me, currently right now, I don't believe that is, your partner needs to be everything to you. I feel that people are like, he's my best friend. He is my this, he's my that. I'm like, no, I want him to be my lover and my life partner. But not necessarily, he doesn't need to be my best friend.
I disagree with that point.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me why you disagree.
I think your lover, your partner is your best friend. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have other best friends, and I'm not going to say you can have 10 best friends because I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
But you can have potentially 2 or 3. And I think your lover has to be your best friend to go the distance. Now, that doesn't mean when things get challenging or difficult between the 2 of you that you can't go escape to someone else, another friend, another best friend. But if you are not best friends with the person that you're with, that relationship, in my opinion, at some point is going to come down because you're not going to have the attraction. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have arguments. There's going to be 6 months to a year where you're not going to like each other in difficult situations. But if you're not friends and you're not willing to work that out, then it just kind of separates and dissolves.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with being friends. I want me and my partner to understand each other and to be friends, but there is a different separation between that and like my best friend. So my best friend, sometimes I feel like the way that I see it, not everybody's supposed to be everything to you. Because I think you overwhelm them. I think maybe if I talk to you, let's say we're romantically together.
Oh, no.
No.
We are not romantically together. Don't get it. Okay. He's getting this. Not joking.
Okay.
But if we are,
don't be rude.
let's just say
if we are. And we live together. And then sometimes like there are things that we're dealing with in life and stuff like that. 100%. If I have another outsource in my life of where I can drain myself and I can communicate and I can say, you know what, you're pissing me off today. So I just need to be over here and talk and mind my own business and complain about you.
Yes. Sometimes
it's good. And then when I get to you, I probably have drained some of the information out.
100%. I'm with you on that. I agree that they can't be there for everything and you do put too much weight on them and it becomes an issue. You're losing the relationship at that point.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't mean that they can't be a best friend. And that doesn't mean that you can't have multiple best friends. Best friends don't always have to be...
Wait. So you do believe that you can have multiple best friends?
I believe you could have 2, maybe 3 at most. I don't think you can have more than
for
3.
me, it loses meaning. If your best friend, I don't care. We're losing meaning. Do you think you can be best friends with a girl?
I have in the past. It's really challenging. It's really, really challenging.
Okay. What is the main challenge? Talk to me.
The thing a lot of the times is when you become best friends with a girl, it looks like a relationship from the outside. I was reading this meme.
In case everybody's confused, I'm gay. He's not.
Yes.
He's straight.
I'm straight. So we've established this now.
So when I say it's weird, it's because of like, how can a straight man be best friends? Oh, okay. Let's say best friend and then friends with a girl. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's really difficult. Being best friends with a girl is really difficult, especially in a relationship, because number one, there's jealousy.
In a relationship with her, or you just
with someone else?
With someone else.
Say you're in a relationship. I'm in a relationship with a girl, and I have a best friend that is a girl.
Yeah.
It becomes challenging because of, especially who I am. I'm a very emotional person, and I connect on a deep level.
But not everybody gets to see that side of you.
Yeah, but the people that are close to.
Oh,
and that's the difference.
Okay, got it,
Maybe not necessarily the world, but the people that are close to me see that side, and it comes out. And that is a challenge, because when you're that emotional and you're that open and that vulnerable with people, it almost looks as if from the outside you're in a relationship. So imagine like two women that are best friends, both straight, but they're sometimes from the outside, it looks like they're just so close. You believe they're in a relationship, yet they're both straight and they don't want to do anything with each other. Because they're that vulnerable, because they're that open, it's almost as if they just don't care. Their walls are down, everything's open. They're willing to do anything besides the sexual aspect. But you don't see that, right?
Yeah.
In relationships, you don't see the sexual, you just see the surface level. And it resembles a relationship between two women.
A, what do you consider being emotional?
Yes.
And B, I think my question would be, how will somebody know that you're being vulnerable with them? Is it that you're sharing your feelings? Is it that you telling them like, hey, I really like you, my friend, I love you? Because for example, before you go, I'll tell you, I'm not, something that I definitely need to work on is positive words of affirmation. Like, I am not the person that is going to be telling you, oh, I love you all the time. Like, you're my friend, I really care about you. That's not me. And it comes out, it for sure comes from trauma, because for me, a lot of people have said a lot to me, but they don't actually do anything. So for me, I think I have gone completely the opposite way, where I don't tell people anything, but I will show you by actions. Because for me, that's what I always wanted. I didn't want anybody, a person that I'm dating, a friend or anything like that, to tell me, oh, I love you. I got that my whole entire life. I don't give a damn. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn. What I want you is for you to show me. Show me that you care about me. Yes. Show me that you prioritize me. Show me that for me is what matters. So for me, go ahead. I don't forget what was the question, but go ahead. I think if you get it, get it. If not, I'll go back around again.
I see your point and see your perspective, and I agree with that, because I'm the same way. Actions mean more than words. But the reality is you need both. I think you need more actions than words, but you need words to back it up and to align with the two of them.
I need to work on that.
And it's a challenge. I'm with you. I have the same issue. I'm great at actions, but not always necessarily the communication, the words that come with it. Sure, I'll say I love you or I really like someone, but like even some of my best friends who are guys, I won't say I love you. It's
why not?
Just not my thing.
Toxic.
The difference between straight and gay. It is what it is.
I don't tell nobody.
The only time he'll ever tell someone he loves them is on his wedding day. That's it. Otherwise, it's over.
Okay, don't push it.
I'm sorry.
I will think about it on my wedding day. Maybe. If the wedding is nice, I will say. Okay, go
over
ahead.
100K. Hey, we have the standards here. I gotta elevate you.
Okay, and I will know my standards. But how would somebody, if I'm getting to know you,
yes,
how will you show me that you have opened up to me? Is it sharing your feelings? Is it because, like, for example, like, all of this right now that you guys are looking at is happening because of you. So for me, that shows that...
Because of us.
Okay, that's nice of you. Thank you. Put that in. Make sure you put that in. But that's not the point. The point for me is like, does that show that, does that mean that, let me put this over here. Does that mean, this is really personal. Watch out. Does that mean that you really care about the project and all of this, and you had a perspective that you thought this could work? Or was it that you trusted me a little bit and you saw me a little bit as a friend? How would you say it? Go ahead, tell the people.
Oh, it's both. 100% both.
That's such a cop-out.
It's not a cop-out. Here's the thing. You have an entrepreneur that's had 4 businesses, so my mindset's very business-centric, right? Like, my ideas are coming out. What is the next project? What can we do from here? How can we elevate it? What are the avenues? All of that runs through my head 24/7, and it's just like a highway with cars nonstop. That being said, this does not work if we're not friends, because I can't get into a space where I'd be comfortable enough to really open up and allow this to grow within a natural way, because there's going to be disagreements, there's going to be debates, there's going to be differences in where we want to go. But if it's just business partners, you don't have the emotion behind it. You don't have that passion that really elevates this to the next level, because podcasts are only as good as your 2 co-hosts. And if you can't have that chemistry and that dynamic that we have only comes from because we can be friends, because there is a lot of potential in that avenue and that sense, because we have been open with each other, because we know so much, and we're still learning, and it's still a recent friendship of 8 months. That's not much, but still, if you don't have that, this doesn't get created. And if you don't have the other side, this does get created, but it's not as successful because you don't have the whole piece to it. Now, I will say that the friendship is a lot more important than the business mind and the business aspect.
Okay.
And it's not even a question. But you need both together to really elevate.
Got it. Okay, now the kids want a straightforward answer to it. So for me, I was we need a straightforward one. So for me, okay, let me ask you. So I can throw the ball at you. I think that's a saying, but if not, I just made it up. When did I became a regular coworker at the corner, and like, oh, okay, this is somebody that I can see being friendly with? He's like, yesterday.
Probably 2 months within working.
What moment was it?
You know, I'm crazy enough, and you're gonna laugh at this.
Yes.
When you bought me a seltzer.
So you're
Hold up.
So you're a $2 stripper, like.
Oh, no, it was only $1. Let's be honest. I wish it was $2. At least I would double the standards.
It was low standards. Okay.
I look right above rock bottom. We're at plankton level in SpongeBob. Yeah.
Okay. Break it down. Continue.
Because Club Monaco, everyone was selfish. Very, very. At the place that we worked, people were greedy and they wanted everything to them.
Yeah.
And not everyone, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, high population.
The high population. And like, for example, I'm bringing in cookies, I'm bringing in gummies, I'm bringing things in, and there's no reciprocation. And when I ask for it, people are turn on me for expecting something in return. They're like, no, you should provide all the time. So you were the first person that was like, I can kind of trust this person. I'm going to buy him a water. And even though it doesn't necessarily have that big of an impact, right? It's a water. It's nothing. A sparkling water that was lime. And I remember this. But the meaning and the gesture behind it, especially in the context of where we were, that's what stood out. And at that point, it was like, okay, this person's very different than everyone else. Obviously in the place that we're working, but also in reality, because at that point, it's like loyalty can kind of set in. Your intentions start being there. The fact that you're a huge person on actions, and that speaks volumes. And even though, again, one simple thing, but it's such a small detail that made the world difference. And like, that's my philosophy in life, especially with friends. It's not the big glamorous things of a birthday party or this or that. It's these small details that make a friendship have solid foundation. And most people overlook these because either they don't know what they're looking for, they're ignorant, or they just think they're meaningless. But the reality is, ask any multimillionaire or billionaire how they got where they are. Small details, perfectionists, just overcoming other people or outlasting them.
So for me, it was funny because for me, I'm good at getting to know people and communicating and talking to them and seeing them for more than what they are in the moment.
Yes.
I think that's one thing. If I can do one thing good in my life, is that I don't take people just for what I see. I'm willing to see beyond that and be able to see more than the face that you're showing me.
Yes.
So, but not everybody has that. And there are good people out there who simply just see you for what you are. And if you're not giving them what they're looking for, they just, okay, keep it moving. And I think you maybe sometimes can come across as guarded and stuff like that and very to yourself. So not everybody is going to give you the benefit of the doubt. They're just going to be like, okay, this is what you're giving me. Do this. But I think for me, what changed, if you're going to ask me, which you didn't, but we will go forward with that, which is, I feel when it changed for me was when I started talking to you.
Okay.
We will have conversations, and I felt like there was something going up upstairs. There's a little wheels turning a little bit, and it was not so black and white. And then you lived in a universe that it was more gray, because for me, not a lot of things in this world are black and white. A lot of things live in between. So when I saw you, and I was able to carry on a conversation with you, I was like, oh, okay, this is a different guy for sure. And then when it came down to a lot of the drama and the things that happened, I saw you not just going with the flow. I saw you going like even against the grain sometimes, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I am very guarded, and I think I just don't trust people. And there's a lot of reasons not to trust people. Absolutely. A lot more reasons not to than to. People are very selfish. People are very out for themselves. And it's why I'm very selective with friends. And it's why I'm guarded and have 16 different sides that I present only 2 or 3.
You know one thing, which I don't know if it definitely has to do with the episode at hand right now. But I think one of the things that I dislike about people is when you have built some type of wall for you, for yourself, when you're doing things for you that make sense for you to protect your heart, because so many people have come around and screwed over, and then somebody new or somebody from your past comes in and they tell you, oh, I have people say that to me, be like, oh, you're just damaged. You are affected by the past. You're X, Y, and Z. So you need to let that go and just be free and treat everybody from the beginning with open arms. And what I say to that every single time is like, if I do that, if I'm open to everybody, if I'm just like, oh, here, welcome to my arms, to everybody, I feel when the right relationship comes to my life, when the right friendships come into my life, I will be damaged. But then I'll be damaged because there have been so many people that have come into my life that have screwed me over, that now when somebody pure comes in, I'm going to question them.
You do.
So for me now, sorry, I cut you out, but it's okay. You've been talking. Okay, Moni, I don't even know. But I had to finish this point. Now I take my time.
Okay.
And friendships and with people, and also put them people where they belong.
Yes, but
it is okay. Sometimes I interrupt you.
Do you have the guard up? Right. It's
Absolutely.
okay to take that time. It's okay to have the guard. But it sounds like you still have that guard up, and it still prevents you from meeting some of these people because it's up and because of the first impression or second impression, because you have to get over that wall. You have to climb over it.
That's the thing. I don't see the wall as a negative thing.
Okay.
I see the wall as like, so if somebody's worth it, they're willing to climb it.
I disagree with that.
Okay,
I agree to disagree. Obviously, yes, it's if someone believes that you're worth it, they will. But within the first 5 or 10 minutes of meeting someone, they could or could not be, right? The chances are not on your side that they're going to be the right person, friendship or relationship. But by having that guard up, you eliminate 99% to 95% of them coming in because they don't know you yet, right? You know yourself inside and out. Your friends know yourself inside and out. But from them coming on the outside, like when you met me, you had that perception, right? If we didn't work together and we were just passing by or we were in a group of friends, we talked for 10 or 15 minutes, what would the impression be after?
I will not talk to you ever again.
Exactly. So why is it? And here's the thing: we both do this.
Yeah.
But we're putting it out there for you to understand that this is common and this happens. And how do we get through it? So now we both do it. You do it. How do you get over that?
But you see, and this is great questions. Good, you're doing great today. You're getting a raise.
Thank you. I got a gold star, not a raise. Let's be honest.
I was like, I'm not in charge of payroll. So yeah, I can give breaks to everybody. Payroll finds out what to do after. That's the thing. I feel like I don't look at it as a negative way. Like I go to friendships, I go to relationships empty. Like empty in the sense of like no preconceived notions. I'll take you as you are.
Okay.
But I think what people perceive is that I go to it with, oh, he's gonna screw me up, oh, he's gonna do this because in the past this have happened. No, I just go empty. I'm like, show me who you are. And then I take my time. That's all. I take my time. And each step I take is based on the step that we have taken together. That's all. You take one step, I'll take one step. You take one step, I'll take one step. You take -3, I'll take -5.
So it sounds like your guard's less up now.
My guards are up in a sense of, I don't think my guards are up. Let's put up there, whichever came. I mean, let's put it out there. My guards are not up. I just take people for what they are in the moment.
Okay.
I don't have any preconceived notions, and I allow you to see to see you for who you are and take my time. I go in with no preconceived notions. I go in, I was like, we will see where it goes. And if you show me, we'll be good.
Okay. Because
for me, one of the things that I say to my friends and even people that I meet, lovers or whatever, I need to see you throughout the seasons. I need to see you how you act in the summer, in the winter, in the fall. And what I mean with that is a lot of people will love you and they will be great with you when you're good.
Yes.
Oh, when you're good, everybody loves you. Everybody.
Yes.
How about when you're bad?
Exactly.
How about when you're struggling? Yes. So for me, I need to see you at that for me to know, like, okay, I know Gordon will be there for me when I'm bad because he have been there for me when I was bad. And I have seen, because everybody will be there for you when you're good.
Yes.
Everybody and their mamas will be there when you're good. But how about when you're bad? Everyone so for me, those friendships is what makes the difference. For me, it was that big difference. So for example, like if I give examples, so we can give examples to the people that we have in our lives. So for me, I think of one group of friends, and then I have two other people in my life that automatically stick out in my head. And I know that our friendship and our bonds are going to be forever. Yes. Not because of what I think, not because of what imaginary land they have brought me to, but what I have seen. One have been what I call the Lobo Girls, which is Jennifer, Heather, and Kelly. Those girls have seen me, we met in high school.
Oh.
Yeah. So
they're still with you?
Yeah. We see our friends to this day. And what I love about them, first of all, they were one of the first people, no, there were other people, but just going in the story right now, who went to see me in the hospital at that time.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, that was big for me. And not just that, not showing up to the hospital, but maybe in my 20s, like I said at the beginning, I was not the best friend. Maybe I didn't do the right things. Maybe I was caught up in boyfriends or whatever. And those people were still there. That now, when I can be a better friend and I can try those things, like I know they've been there through all the different versions of me. Oh. And I know if you can get through that period of time where maybe you're not the best to them and they're still capable of being there.
That's huge.
That's amazing. Kelly in that group stands out to me a lot because when I was sick and I was not working, stuff like that, Kelly took my car. And she was making the car payments and everything like that. And for me, that's something that I will never, ever forget.
That's huge.
Like that for me, like when you do something for me, it's just like, it never like leaves my mind. It stays there. And even right now, like, I don't cry, but it gets me like thinking like, wow, like when I needed somebody and like she was there. So to me, that was so important and something that I will never, ever forget. from there on, then we have Danny. Danny
Okay.
is my current roommate right now. And him, once again, which I keep talking about being sick and stuff like that, but that's something we were talking another time. And my roommate at that time, who was my friend for 8 years, left. We can talk about that another time, about people who are not great friends. And then he stepped in. And to me, and that's the bad thing sometimes about not being really vocal about things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about actions, that sometimes I forget to say those things.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can watch this and then you will see it. And if you ever feel I hate you, whatever, or I'm cold, you can rewatch this because I'm not going to tell you in person.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, but that boy, like, I have no idea where my life would be right now if he wouldn't have not coming into my life.
Those are two huge groups of people.
Like, it's just like he came in and literally,
He stepped
what
up.
to put it, I wouldn't have no idea where I would be living right now.
So he stepped up with his actions that most people, almost none, would have never taken.
Correct.
And he showed you a different side. And he showed you the
Yep.
loyalty, the trust, and what it truly means to be a friend.
And then for me, like, and trust me, that boy pisses me off a lot. But
Your
once
brothers.
again, but
Your brothers that hate each other and love each
I
other.
won't go that far. I won't go that far. But it's just like, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what life can throw at us or how much
Yes.
he can piss me off or whatever. I will always remember that time when I was, let's say, I don't know if the right word is nobody or anything like that, but I didn't have nothing to give to anybody. And somebody was able to still see me, because a lot of people sometimes will just see you for what is beneficial for them and what they can get out of you.
Yes.
And in that moment, I didn't have nothing to offer.
And he stepped in. That's a
stepped in.
friend.
Yeah.
That's a real friend right there.
And last one but not least, because I know she'll be pissed just watching that. She's like, what the fuck? I'm not number one. Sorry, I mean, what the F? Wow, I was going to say Kelly again. Hi, Kelly. No, G. Sorry. G. Love you, girl. That is my friend that, listen, she doesn't answer my calls. She doesn't see me all the time.
But those
It
are
is
some of the
complicated
best
as hell.
friends.
But she gets me. That's the thing about her. I don't have to explain myself to her a lot.
Yeah.
I have just some keywords and some things, and she's like, I got it. I know what you're feeling, blah, blah. And to me, that is amazing. And I think that's the reason why I feel like it's unfair for your partner to be your best friend. So I can bring you full circle. Because you asking a lot from them, because not even my friends
Yeah.
can fulfill the whole thing. Like, each one of them has a different part and different role that they play in my life.
100%.
Like, keeping it simple, just the two comparison between Danny and G is Danny, I live with Danny, we understand each other, we're two homosexuals. So there's so many things that bond us, especially what he did for me. But Danny's younger than me.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that he just doesn't get. He just
With
doesn't
experience
get it.
and age.
Correct. And there's
And
so
that
many
comes.
things that I'm like, oh my God, like how many times I'm going to beat it in the head to him. And then, but I love him for what it is and for what that is.
Yes.
And then I have G, who's not there for me all the time, who's not all of those things. But I feel like 99% of them, I don't have to explain myself to her.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can have friends for different purposes, and you need friends for different purposes. You have to have the variety in your life. And I'm not saying a variety of like you have 100 different friends, because those aren't friends. Those are acquaintances at a certain point. But you need different friends that are presented around you for various situations.
So are we talking about like straight? Okay, you straight, right?
I am straight. I'm not gay. That's what we're alluding to there.
Everybody knows that already. But is it more like friendships? Are we talking about as a friendship with a guy and a girl, or friendship as a guy and a girl who you're in a relationship with? Because that's the two things.
Take your pick for this conversation.
Don't you tell me what's the point you're trying to make?
So
do you have girlfriends? Not girlfriends. Girl who are your friends?
right now I don't have any best girlfriends. So for this conversation, it's somewhat a girl that I'm not dating that I'm best friends with, which I've had in the past.
Okay, so you're talking about hypothetical
Exactly.
scenario. Got it.
Something that's happened in the past, I've had best guy friends and I've had best girlfriends at the time, one of each. And how I approach the two is very different because women and men think different. We're biologically different, wired different. Like there's a lot of differences. And
to the they, them.
They, them, I don't care. But that's the answer, is men and women are biologically different, right?
Continue.
They are.
Yeah.
It's scientific, it's proven. I don't care what you want to say. Look, yes, there's certain exclusions on it, but the reality is how I talk to my guy friends and how I talk to my female friends is different. And how do I approach that is different because of how they interpret things is different. I'm not going to pour my heart out to my best guy friend in the same emotional way.
But you see, that's what I mean. I don't think, and this is my point, I don't think that it's about like a female male. I think, this is my opinion.
Say it.
I think it's about society standards. Because for me, I think, why would you treat your straight friends and your girlfriends different? Girlfriend, I feel you girl who's a friend.
Girl who's a friend.
Girl who's a friend.
Because they think differently. Because they act differently. Right? And it could be different if you're gay. Right? And I don't have that perspective.
But that's what I mean. I'm still a man. Even though that I'm gay, I'm still a man. So for me, I think what it is that when you guys, straight guys, interact with each other, you're still working under certain codes of like a guy access where I cannot cry with my guy friend. So you cannot be fully
I say that's wrong. I've cried with guy friends.
Okay.
It's the different way you're crying because women are a lot more nurturing. And men are more there as a protective asset. And not asset as an asset, but more of the protecting sense. When I've cried with a guy friend, it's for a very different reason than if it's with a woman.
Gay?
Irony on every level on that.
Right.
Just scratch my head.
Continue.
But it's a different thought process and it's a different way of doing things.
Okay, what do you do with this?
Why is it exactly?
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
So here it is.
Correct.
With guy friends, if I were to cry over something that's more on the emotional side, the connection's not there. It breaks down.
Because you will tell you just to rub dirt on it.
Rub dirt on it, grow up. But you just have a different connection because of how they think, how they're processed. They're not necessarily as nurturing. They're there to get your back when things go south. If you get into a fight, they're going to be there next to you.
Fight for sure.
But here,
fight for sure.
This is a good example. They're there if it's a fight, they're going to get your back. They don't care what the situation is. At least my friends are. And if it's a woman, it would be the opposite. She's going to try to pull you out. She's going to try to prevent it. And now you see the contrast and difference. One's there to fight by your side regardless of what happens. And he's there. He's got your back. The actions are going to be there. He's going to present it in a more masculine way. But the women friends that I'm with have that more feminine touch. They're more nurturing. They're more caring.
But that's my question. And I think that's my point. I think there's a lot of things that happen.
Yeah.
I think you're placing them more biological and not just societal. I think a lot of the roles that we play in society is not due to our DNA. I think it has to do with how we
disagree.
work in life.
I disagree.
You've been disagreeing a lot. We'll continue.
I have been disagreeing a lot, and that's the whole point. And I disagree because if you look at history, right? If you look at history, a lot of these tribes that are now in Africa that are isolated, what is the hierarchy structure? And you can even go Middle Ages or the kings and queens. And I hate to say that because women didn't have rights, and I don't believe in that. But if you look at certain situations and if you look at that dynamic, men are better at certain things processing emotionally, and women are better at things at processing things emotionally. And what you have to do is saying, and this again doesn't apply to everyone and everything. And this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And
You're
I know
really
that.
rubbing me the wrong way.
Oh, that's wrong. Get out of here on that. That's why there's 2 tables in between us, not one.
I just want 2. Okay, continue.
And I think it's different in heterosexual versus homosexual people.
Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens. Apes. I can barely walk right now. We're just getting to that first stage. I think you have a huge difference on that because of how they process things differently, because of how they think. And again, people are going to agree and to disagree with me. And I feel like this is going to be a very polarizing thing. And I stand on one side and you know that. I couldn't do a lot of the things with my male friends that I could do with my female friends, and vice versa.
Correct. Sexual thing.
And non-sexually, just on a friendship level. And sexually, I wouldn't. But on a friendship level, because they wouldn't be able to process it, and they wouldn't be there in the same way to support. I don't know about gay guys. That's your specialty on every level. But I would presume it's something similar. Someone is a little bit more masculine and someone is more feminine.
Okay, that is a great point. But here's the thing. Before getting too far deep into it, but I don't want to make sure that we don't just stay with that and I say my point and then we can get back into friendship and wrap that up. So even though that we do have lesbians and we do have gays, I think one of the things that happens that people forget, we still live in a straight world. Okay. We still are raised by straight parents.
Yes.
So a lot of us, all that we know how to do is assimilate what we have seen home, what we see on TV, what we see in movies and stuff like that. So then what we do sometimes is, like, if I perceive myself, let's say I'm more feminine, I'm more delicate or whatever, then what people start telling me automatically is that I need to be with a man. I need to be with a more masculine man. I need to be with X, Y, and Z.
So you need to grow your titties out more.
Mess. And then if you are more in the more masculine side, then you want to be in more of the mending role and a more in charge role.
Okay.
And that's what happens. That's what we do. Because, for example, I'll give you an example. Like for me, let's say for me, so I can speak for me. My first relationship, not my first one, but my first that I count. I have different count. My first true relationship that I was 8 years with. This man, I was probably at that time 160 pounds, soaking wet. Okay, no beer, and he was like beer guy. He was probably like 190, 200 pounds, and automatically people had an expectation of what the relationship was look like, what the dynamic was in the relationship, and what that looked like. And
what was the reality?
It was far away from the truth.
So the roles were flipped. You were the more masculine and he was the more feminine?
No. I was still the more feminine one.
Okay.
But for sure. But what I mean is just overall in how we dealt with the relationship, how we lived, how even our sexual life was very different than what the expectation of people. But I do remember before that relationship.
But who was more masculine and who was more feminine?
I was more feminine and he was more masculine. No, just in our mannerisms. That's all. And the way that we physically look.
No. Screw the mannerisms. Mm-hmm. That's on the side. Mm-hmm. Everything else, the actual acting. Mm-hmm. And it can combine the sexual aspect together because we're not going to go into that right now.
Oh, no? Okay.
No. But is it... Were you more masculine or was he?
No, that's my point. This is my point to the conversation. And then we have to wrap it up with a friendship. Yeah. It was a point that physically and what we acted like was the opposite of what we were in the actual relationship itself.
So he was more feminine, you were more masculine in the relationship.
No, we were equal. That's the thing. That didn't play a role on it. That was the point. We were equal on it. Even though that visually wise and acting like we were very to the eye of like this is, which I hate that term and nobody should be using it, which is like this is the girl and this is the man.
Yeah.
I will for sure physically, mentally people saw me as like the girl, but that was not what the relationship was.
It was 50-50.
It was 50-50. It was equal. But I remember before that relationship that people wanted me in a certain role.
Yeah.
And society was like, oh, so you're the girl, so you're this, you want a man this, you want, and that was far away from the truth.
I
didn't care. No, even before that relationship, I didn't care if a man was more feminine, if a man was that, if he take this role, that was stupid. But I felt for a small part of my life that I felt like I needed to fit in that role.
Yeah.
So straight people or the straight world can easily digest the information. Because sometimes we have to simplify things for you guys a lot. And you guys see things are like very black and white.
It's not black and white. No, it is black and white.
It's not black and white.
There's very little gray and it's more black and white.
I don't say it that way. But I think it's easy for you guys to relate it to your world. Well, what is the main idea of friendships?
The main idea of friendships is someone who's loyal and has your back. Someone that without doubt, without questioning, you know they're going to be there in certain situations. They may not be there to help you move. They may not be there to necessarily when you're crying, but they're going to be there in some capacity that has a meaningful impact on your life that you can consider them a great friend. And I don't think anything under a great friend is a friend anymore. I think your best friend or best friends, in my opinion, I think you can have 2 or 3. Yours, you think you can have 1. And I think you have a small circle of great friends, especially the older you get. The friends just drop off and the amount of margins that you have dissipates. I think you can really have maybe 6 or 7 at most, and that's pushing it for great friends and best friends combined.
I think at most you can have is 3.
3, 6 or 7.
Maybe 2.
And it's after that, it's all acquaintances.
Correct.
It's
and
co-workers or
people have an
acquaintances.
issue with that.
Oh, it's bullshit.
Oh, people have an issue with that, with being acquainted. It's like, if I know you, I just don't want to use the word friends for everybody.
Thank you.
I don't. Not everybody's your friend, and I think that's why friendships, sometimes get such a bad rap, because like, oh, this person screwed me over. I don't believe in friends, and it was like, no, that person was just your acquaintance.
Exactly.
But you don't do. So I think the moral of the story, so we can like put it in a bow, is that you have to do your work on picking your friends.
Yes.
The same way that you do in your relationships, take your time with your friends, understand who they are, will they be there for you, how much they communicate with you, that you bond, you click. Don't call everybody your friend. Not everybody is your friend. So not everybody is going to be. Sometimes there are friends and there are people who are threatened when they see you do good. And I feel like I never knew that because I'm used to being bad. I'm used to like, my life sucks. Who sticks around? Because like we're all naming anything. So I'm in a group chat with some people. Yeah. Friend group. But I can say this. I was always aware in my head that they were more acquaintances to me.
Okay.
So that part is good. Our first episodes came out. I put it there in the chat. Send it there. Not one person said one thing. Ghost. There's probably like 6, 7 people in that chat. Nobody said anything.
And that's the difference between a friend and an acquaintance.
Correct. But guess what? If you guys over here keep watching, keep making this podcast grow, get bigger, get better, get out there, get with the numbers, the followers.
Now we're going to be number 2 and we're number 1 in other households as well. Hey, we got 2, mine and his. We need 3. We need 3 and 4.
Yeah. So
actually, I take that back. We have 3 and 4. We need 5 and 6.
Guess what's going to happen? The second that you start doing good and amazing or anything like that, those people will be one of the first ones to be like, oh, you're doing great, blah, 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 blah. Can I? No, they can't. How many people were there when there was nothing still?
Very few.
And to me, that is the definition of a friendship. So now take us out. Tell the kids where they can find us.
On that note, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube. Go ahead, follow, subscribe, share, comment. We got to get this out. We need the subscriptions. Yes. We need people there to grow the channel. We're doing amazing. We've gotten so many so far. On Instagram, we're at over 6,000 right now of views. YouTube, we're over 5,000. We're growing. We've only released 2 episodes, 6 reels. We're killing it on every single level. Yes. But you are the reason we're growing. All you amazing people. So thank you. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.